Wait, can we talk about this? Wait. We gotta talk about this, bro. We gotta talk about this. Have you seen the drama? The Jensen Wong, Sam Altman drama? You know, okay, so a while back, NVIDIA said, we're gonna invest 100 B into OpenAI. You know, I made a video on this. And then OpenAI is like, we're gonna put 100 billion into Oracle. Actually, they said 500 billion or something like that. They said we're going to put, but anyway, 100 billion, 100 B into Oracle to make data centers. And then Oracle said, we're going to take $100 billion that you gave us and buy GPUs. And that was the circle jerk. That was the idea. But then recently, Jensen Wong off the cuff goes, hey, that 100 billion we said was really more of like it wasn't a hard commitment. It wasn't, like, we're not stuck to that number. We're going to give a lot of money to OpenAI. Don't get me wrong, but like 100 billion is like, it's going to depend on. So he said that, and it caused, some downstream panic. This is not a public company, so the valuation can get hurt, but it goes through. Oracle stock went down because Oracle's like suddenly looking like they're fucking hung out to dry. Oracle is breaking ground on building data centers right now with debt. They're using debt to build them, and they need to get paid back by OpenAI, who doesn't have the money. So there's a bit of a problem. There's a bit of panic. And so behind the scenes, the drama kind of escalates, but little parts leak out into public. So OpenAI, to strike back at NVIDIA and let them know, hey, don't fuck with our money like this, starts leaking press articles about how NVIDIA GPUs aren't really that good and how they need better stuff for AI. Like OpenAI. NVIDIA's $100 billion OpenAI deal has seemingly vanished. Market confidence down after investment fails to materialize, okay? And then, exclusive, OpenAI is unsatisfied with some NVIDIA chips and are looking for alternatives. So that's shaky because they're like, oh, we need... So then Jensen denies OpenAI deal rumors. There's no drama. And then, he went on Jim Cramer and he just fucking glazed OpenAI for like 25 minutes. I watched, it's audio only, and it's just him he like talks over Jim Cramer to be like, hey, by the way, I just love OpenAI, just to be clear. So like all these people are trying to keep the wheel turning, bro. And then you see something like NVIDIA, again, there's a lot of these circulars, NVIDIA invested money into CoreWeave, CRW. And CoreWeave can't turn a fucking profit. They can't make any money. So they buy NVIDIA chips, right? So it's circular demand here. But CoreWeave stock just cratered again. NVIDIA paid in at a certain value and they cratered after that. So there's a lot of these circles starting to slow down. I said this in the Lemonade Stand predictions at the beginning of the year. I stand by it. I think OpenAI, by far the weakest link of this whole fucking sordid affair. They're the dark beating heart of the problem. They don't make any fucking money and they have so many promises. The only thing that'll save it in actual terms is not even AGI because that's not close enough. OpenAI is going to do ads this year. If ads are very profitable, like very, very, like extremely profitable, then there's a chance this thing keeps going. That's what it depends. It depends on how profitable ChatGPT ads are to even keep it going, the idea of it going. If they're not profitable, cooked. If they're like Twitter level, if OpenAI's ads business is the same size as Twitter's, they're cooked. There's no other way. They can't possibly. This is 100 billion, but there's 1.5 trillion dollars in commitments on things that are being built on debt that have to be built now. And they are just asking OpenAI for the money and they don't have it. And again, in a world where like on YouTube, if YouTube runs a lot of ads, there's nowhere else you can really go. But right now, in the early days of LLMs and AI, if OpenAI has annoying, obtrusive ads, you can just leave. You can go to Gemini, you can go to fucking Claude. You got a lot of you can go to Kimi, you can go to DeepSeek, you can go to, there's like a million alternatives that are cheaper and won't have ads. So it's unlikely. I mean, there's a Super Bowl ad we're going to watch next week, but Anthropic has a Super Bowl ad making fun of OpenAI's ads. So this has gotten pretty messy, but you're getting the general idea. Here, let's watch one of the ads. There's more. We'll just watch one. We'll watch the Anthropic ad because I think it's relevant. I think it's relevant to what's going on. We'll just watch one.
Hey, can I get a six-pack quickly?
Perfect. That is a clear and achievable goal. Would you like me to tailor a personalized workout plan?
Yes.
Perfect. Let me personalize this for you. Let's start with your age, weight, and height. Whenever you're ready.
5'7", 23 years old, 140 pounds.
Got it. I'll create a plan that focuses on aesthetic strength training. But confidence isn't just built in the gym. Try Step Boost Max, the insoles that add 1 vertical inch of height and help short kings stand tall.
What?
Use code HeightMaxing10 for big discounts.
So they're doing all these ads making fun of, how ChatGPT is. And again, ChatGPT and Sam Altman, worth noting, said this.
I kind of think of ads as like a last resort for us for a business model. I would do it if it meant that was the only way to get everybody in the world like access to great services. But if we can find something that doesn't do that, I'd prefer that.
Yeah, they couldn't. Just flash forward. This isn't even that long ago. This is not even that long ago. They couldn't. They tried a bunch of crap. They tried that the short form Sora video. They tried a bunch of things. None of it made any money. And now they are break glass in case of emergency, last minute, last chance. Holy fuck. We're going to roll ads out or we are screwed financially. So we'll see, bro. We'll fucking see. But this is their last thing. And I think the Claude ads, the Gemini's going to do the same thing. And so Sam Altman, in a rage, don't say I'm mad. Don't print that I'm mad. Put out a fucking typers today about the ad. First part, the good part of the ads, they're funny and I laughed. But I wonder why Anthropic would go something so clearly dishonest. Our most important principle for ads is we won't do exactly this. We'd obviously never run ads in the way Anthropic does. It's like, I guess it's on brand for Anthropic double speak to use deceptive ads that can treat theoretical deceptive ads when they're not real. But a Super Bowl ad's not what I would expect it. It just comes off as you know what I'm saying? I'm not owned. Don't write that I was owned. He's mad, dude. So I'm just telling you, it's like whenever that dude, you guys remember when Sam Altman was on that podcast and there was the guy literally glazing him for 45 minutes and he goes, hey, just one question though. I mean, like, I love OpenAI. You guys are killing it. I just have one question. How are you guys going to pay that 1.5 trillion you owe? I mean, I'm sure you can, but and then Sam Altman was like, if you want to sell your fucking shares, I'll find you a buyer. He snapped, bro. So I don't know. I'm just, I clearly, and again, I'm not, most chatters are like hand to God praying that OpenAI crashes and then AI disappears and they never see it again. That's not going to happen. Zero chance of that happening. It's a transformative technology. It's going to have big impacts our whole lives, but there is a financial bubble and OpenAI is at the heart of it. And they don't make enough money to what they've put their promises to. What do you think will happen once the AI bubble does pop? I mean, I think it'll be similar to the fucking train bubble, the internet bubble, anything, anything, any major bubble, which is that most of the companies will wipe out. There'll be a 90% crash in them. A few strong players will survive, and then they'll probably make a ton of money later on as the kinks get figured out, and it will be impactful. Maybe this time around we'll have a massive government-funded OpenAI bailout. I'm praying to God that doesn't happen, but maybe we have that. Who's selling the shovels in that analogy? It's the shovels change. So like in the beginning of the internet build out, they thought the most important thing, the key demand driver, the differentiator would be like fiber optic cables laid. And so Cisco was the darling of the early internet boom, made a ton of money. And then as the internet developed more, they realized that that wasn't really a differentiator. And all the money was made on the application layer, like Google and social media. And that's where the fucking real money was. That's the differentiator. It wasn't the rails. But it is seeming to me in the shorter term that the differentiator this time around is like logistics, energy, like the ability to actually like cool, power, and build data centers, not just make the GPUs. You can buy the GPUs. It's like, how do you get a gigantic data center with the land, build it, fund it, power it? That's what the world is turning into. And everyone's starting to realizing it's a rush for like rare earth minerals, for things like fucking silver, for energy, for oil, for nuclear power, for power. That's the differentiator right now in this next wave of this build out. The construction guys who are building data centers are becoming millionaires high key. Dude, yeah. This is like the big gold rush in private sector employment in America right now. Everything else is kind of cooked. People who are doing electricity wiring for data centers, people who are construction, people who are anything that's doing that, people are traveling all over the country to do it. People are traveling cross country, leaving their family to do, yeah, plumbing, HVAC, yeah, all that stuff for data centers because they're building like crazy and they pay a lot of money. And they're making good money. But, you know, there's a good chance that those jobs are temporary, right? They only exist while the thing's being built. Definitely been a trades rush.